Functional genomics. All right. Tell us about what the heck that is. All right.
So the easiest way to understand it is if you think of medicine. So modern medicine is diagnose and prescribe. Here's what your disease is called, and here's a pill you need. Functional medicine is let's figure out why you got sick. Root cause. What did you eat? What did you breathe? How much stress did you have? Right? The reason. The same is true in genetics. Genetics is you have an 80% chance of Alzheimer's. You have a 60% chance of breast cancer. Good luck with that information. That's kind of what genetics was until now. Functional genomics is that marker gives us a priority of Alzheimer's. Now let's figure out why you would get it and make sure it just never happens. We can go much deeper into biology now. We've understood these diseases much more comprehensively. And so understanding why they happen, it helps us prevent them.
So I recently, about a year ago, I went to 10X Growth Con, and Gary Brecka, right? Is this similar to what he's talking about, where you do a genetic code? I did the genetic code 10X Health Systems. Is this similar to that?
It's much deeper. So let's say Gary's
deeper.
Yeah,
okay.
Gary's done a good job of understanding one system, which is called methylation. Methylation is a very important system that drives a lot of processes in the body, but it's not the only system. There's also glutathionization, glucuronidation, antioxidation, your hormones, neurochemicals of your brain, your metabolism, disease markers. And if you understand, it's kind of like having the best tire in the world on your car, and then you didn't look at any other part of the car. So you got to look at everything and optimize everything, and then you become the best version of yourself, your highest potential.
Wow. Okay. So this is deeper, right? Because I'm going to tell you, when I got my results back, right, I was like overwhelmed almost, because there was just so much information. And then next thing you know, I got kind of like a recommendation for all these supplements. And I was like, they were recommending like almost like 10 different supplements. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't take anything. Like, you all of a sudden now I got to take 10 things. I'm like, I don't know about this. It felt very overwhelming. I'm like, that's a great way to turn someone off. And so, and then they kind of change things up. They've got this other one that's like a more enhanced, they say it's a more enhanced genetic test. And then you get these satchels of vitamins or whatever, of supplements. Like, talk to me about that, because I'm starting to see that now. It's like these little satchels with, like, it's personalized to you.
It's personalized, but it's not really personalized. It's just sorting things into bags as if, like, you're a baby and can't sort it yourself, right? What's personalized is if what was in that pill was custom made for you, which is also possible. But if the answer is only supplements, you didn't get the full answer, because your genetics are, here's how your body does every job. DNA is a instruction manual that lives in every single one of your cells. You have 50 trillion cells that makes up the body. Every single cell has DNA. So the kidney cell knows how to read the kidney section of the instruction manual and go do some work. The hormones know how to read the hormone section. The detoxification pathways read the detox section. All these things that are going on in your body are instructed by DNA on how to operate, how to do their job. So when you read the manual, if there's some line of code that's misspelled or broken, or there's a paragraph missing, that job isn't happening properly. So yes, supplements are important, but they're not the only thing. There's 3 buckets of, now, here's my genes. There's some genes that don't work, and I'm going to give you some examples of that. The 3 then considerations are environment. What am I breathing? What pesticides, what chemicals, what's in my home, what's in my office? Lifestyle. How do I sleep? Stress levels, exercise. My DNA should tell me how I'm supposed to exercise, how often, do I weightlift, do I run? DNA will tell you that. And third is nutrition, which is what do I eat and what supplements do I take? But the first 2 need to be worked on before this last one. And if somebody is just jumping to supplements, they don't understand functional genomics well.
Okay, so what were the first 2 again? It was
environment. So everything that you're surrounded by, what are you exposed to? The Wi-Fi in your home, the chemicals in your lawn, the mold that might be in your basement. I work with a family, for example, that one person in the family was very sick. And they really believed that this person was sick because they're the only one, same food, same habits, same everything. So it wasn't caused, they're just sick. When we investigated, I found in their DNA, there's very specific pathways on filtering airborne toxins. So when we breathe, our lungs, our respiratory system is meant to block certain nonsense from entering your bloodstream and remove it. You pee it out, you poop it out, you sweat it out, right? She had the worst version of this gene. There's another gene that once the stuff gets in past your lungs to into your bloodstream, it's kind of like a scavenger that looks for these toxins and removes them. And so that should make it so that you can be exposed to something, breathe it in, but you still are fine because you get rid of it. So she had the worst version of this I can't filter my lungs, and she was absolutely missing the second gene. She didn't even have it. It was missing from her genetic code, the scavenging and removal from her blood. So when they had a renovation in her home and a little bit of mold got released into the air, she got sick and nobody else did.